During the sixth round of the fight, a moment of tension unfolded when Gervonta "Tank" Davis informed his team that his hand was hurting. However, his coach dismissed the complaint, urging him to push through the pain and continue fighting. Davis seemed visibly frustrated with his corner, and when his longtime coach, Calvin Ford, attempted to embrace him in the usual show of support, Davis instead brushed him off. The exchange suggested a rift between the fighter and his coaching team, raising questions about their relationship. As the fight progressed, an unexpected and heated argument erupted between Davis and Ford, shocking the boxing community. Ford, known for his disciplined and composed demeanor, lost his temper in a rare emotional outburst. The incident became a major talking point among fans and analysts who struggled to understand what had led to such an intense exchange between the boxer and his mentor. Many who had previously criticized reports of tension between Davis and Ford now found themselves reconsidering as the drama played out in front of a national audience. For years, Calvin Ford has been a key figure in Davis's rise to prominence in the boxing world. Alongside Kenny Ellis, Ford played a pivotal role in shaping Davis's training and strategy, helping him become a dominant force in the sport. Their partnership was often compared to legendary boxer-trainer relationships, signifying not only technical excellence, but also a deep personal bond. However, the argument during the Roach fight suggested that their once solid relationship was now under strain. It was no longer just a tactical disagreement. It had become a personal issue that could affect Davis's future in the sport. Observers noted that Ford appeared unbothered by Davis's behavior as the fight continued. Meanwhile, Davis's body language and actions further fueled speculation that something was off between him and his coach. At one point, Davis discreetly lifted his jacket, seemingly trying to keep part of his conversation hidden from Ford. This added to the perception that tensions between the two were deeper than what was being shown on camera. Davis's dismissive gestures toward his coach hinted at a level of frustration that had been building up for some time. Reports and leaked audio recordings from social media revealed that the argument between Davis and Ford had taken place amid the intense atmosphere of the fight. Davis appeared to be questioning decisions being made in the corner, and Ford, rather than responding calmly, reacted with anger. His frustration was evident as he scolded Davis for what he saw as a lapse in focus and discipline. While the exact details of the exchange remain unclear, it was widely agreed that Ford's reaction was unusually harsh, reflecting his deep belief that a true champion must maintain composure even in the heat of battle. The situation raised an important question. How could Davis, a fighter who had been trained and guided by Ford for years, suddenly be at odds with the very man responsible for his success? Some observers speculated that fame and fortune had changed Davis, making him less willing to take advice. Others believe that the relationship between fighter and trainer had naturally evolved over time, and that this was simply a rough patch. Regardless of the cause, the disagreement between Davis and Ford had become a major storyline in the boxing world. Clips of Ford's emotional reaction quickly went viral, with fans divided on whether his tough approach was justified. Some applauded him for holding Davis accountable, believing that such discipline was necessary in a high-stakes fight. Others, however, expressed concern that the public confrontation could damage the chemistry within Davis's corner. Analysts noted that moments like this, while dramatic, were not uncommon in boxing, where emotions run high. For some, the incident served as a wake-up call, highlighting the level of intensity required to compete at the highest level. Others feared it could lead to long-term instability in Davis's camp. In post-fight interviews, Ford sought to downplay the situation, clarifying that his absence from Davis's corner for this particular fight did not indicate a permanent split. Instead, he framed it as a temporary adjustment, emphasizing that their training structure remained intact, and that Davis was still part of his extended boxing family. He pointed out that he often devoted time to training amateur fighters, and that this fight had simply provided an opportunity for him to step back and observe from a different perspective. While some saw this explanation as reassuring, others remained skeptical about whether the tension had truly been resolved. Davis himself had previously spoken highly of Ford, even going so far as to get a tattoo of his coach's name as a tribute. In an interview just weeks before the Roach fight, he stated that Ford was like a father to him and would always be part of his career. However, Ford's absence from the corner during this fight led to speculation that their bond was not as strong as it once was. Many wondered if this change had played a role in Davis's performance and the outcome of the match. Surprisingly, Ford's absence came during a fight that ended in a controversial majority draw, marking the first time Davis had failed to secure a victory in his professional career. Fans were used to seeing Ford and Ellis by Davis's side, providing strategic guidance and motivation. Instead, for this fight, veteran trainer Barry Hunter took on the responsibility of coaching Davis. The sudden change raised eyebrows, as it was not the dynamic fans had come to expect. The reason behind the shakeup remained unclear, though Ford later hinted that it was simply a temporary change.